All right.
I like most about this is it'd be very predictable for him to just do a song where he just three verses talking about how much he hates his dad and that kind of thing. But what I like about this is he takes a more abstract approach to it. It'd be one thing for him to just say, "Oh, I hate my dad because my life sucked," but he actually spends the first two verses chronicling why his life as a kid sucked, and then at the third verse, then he ties it back to, "Oh, all this happened because of the lack of my dad." I thought that was brilliant.
Mhm.
That's a great point.
It's dead silence. Okay, friend.
The silence is as dead as Eminem's dad.
Wow. Too soon. Did you guys? I thought the first verse was. I mean, now that Josh brought it up, it makes more sense. I think each verse, and this is often with his songs, but each verse does get progressively better. I thought the first verse was a little. I mean, I get he's reflecting on his career.
It's just kind of there for me. Like it's
Yeah.
fun enough to listen to, but that's about it, you know.
Yeah, I guess. And Skylar Grey's hook is decent. I think this was my favorite I've heard so far. It kind of made me like her. And then the second verse, I guess, it's starting to get more interesting. His rapping's getting a little more elaborate. Content's kind of picking up in pace, but yeah, by third
Like
verse.
the second verse, I love how he fleshes out. I always love when he goes back and describes those days in Detroit when he was like a teenager. I think I really like how he does it there. It reminds me of the Apple actually.
Oh,
He even mentions like the tricycle and boogie, which he mentions on the
yeah.
Apple as well. Also that was really interesting.
I gotta go
Those
back
are
and
my
listen to that
best
song.
friend until Isaac and Boogie.
I
Yeah,
love as well
what
is
did you
sorry, go on.
liked it, John, right?
I did like it. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go into it very much, just because it is a really sensitive topic for me personally. But I
Yeah.
can relate to his outro a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites from the album as far as like when I'm skipping around, I always kind of skip over Darkness and go right to Leaving Heaven. I really like Skylar Grey's chorus. It actually reminds me of Miley Cyrus as someone who listened to her for a bit back when she was going crazy. It actually does sound like Miley Cyrus more than it sounds like Skylar Grey, funny enough, to me at least.
It didn't sound like a Skylar chorus. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked it.
I love the outro. It's so like the way he just yells over the chorus crooning in the background and everything. Like it's really powerful. I felt.
Yeah, people even said it reminded them of older Eminem with his rage, and it did actually too for me.
Yeah.
Leaving Heaven actually, aside from on my very first listen through, I remember Premonition impressed me, and then nothing after that. Like it still was like too jarring for me, I guess, of like kind of a new sound and just his rapping. But then when I heard Leaving Heaven, I remember that one like slap in the face. I think largely just because like anyone who's followed the Eminem lore to like his narrative with his dad and like this, I honestly wasn't expecting it. I mean, I know if you look back through all his songs, every time he's mentioned his dad, he still has that deep-seated anger towards him. But to see, like, I remember reading he died last year, but then just to see this track come out after it, I was honestly kind of shocked.
I remember when his dad died. I was really expecting him to actually have kind of approach where he kind of I don't know. I expected a more kind of slower and introspective song, like maybe him trying to bargain with himself that maybe there was some redeeming quality to it. So yeah, it surprised me that he was just no, he fully hated the guy.
Yeah,